God. Say something. Please. Sweetie. Robert! Somebody! I need help!
Ben! Well, thank God it's you, man. Listen, my car and I had a little run-in with that tree there. I need some help.
Timmons put on an APB, Cruz. I'm supposed to be bringing you in right now.
Oh, man, you know, Timmons was, is, and always will be a flaming idiot. You know that, right?
Certifiable.
Right, and meanwhile, all hell is breaking loose at my sister-in-law's house. I was supposed to be there half an hour ago. Man, you let me take your car. I'll see to it that you get a citation from the commissioner himself, I promise. Please, brother, listen to me. I can handle Timmons. I made a career of that, okay? So just radio from my car for some help. Somebody will come pick you up. You gotta help me out, man.
Okay, Cruz.
Ooh, Benton. Thank you, brother. You're a saint. You're a saint, Benton.
Please wake up. Please wake up. Kelly, you had drugs in your tea and you've been drinking. I've got to get you to a hospital. I've got to go. I've got to go get somebody. You just hang on. Can you hear me? Just hang on.
I don't know. Somebody knocked me out. I was down in the basement. What happened to Kelly?
Well, from her breath, I'd say she drank too much. I don't suppose you know anything about that corpse upstairs.
What corpse?
Robert's twin brother.
His twin?
Yeah, for the past few months, the man we thought was Robert Barr has actually been his brother, Quinn.
Quinn?
That's why that name kept popping up.
And who did you marry?
Well, it sure as hell wasn't Robert. He's been down in Beaufort, Louisiana.
Beaufort, I was right there with that sheriff in the house. Got it!
Yeah, he and I just got back into town tonight. Listen, why don't you go out to my car and radio for an ambulance and a coroner while you're at it?
Okay, you take care.
Kelly, do you know where Eden is? What the hell?
Shirley, all right? I heard a shot.
Yeah, she's all right. Who did this?
Quinn. I've got the keys over there. He dropped it on his way out. What happened? I heard a shot. You swear to me that Kelly is all right?
She's unconscious, but she hasn't been shot. Your brother is dead.
Oh, my God.
Where's Eden? You seen her?
She was downstairs last time I saw her. Look, I will help you find her. I'll tell you everything. I gotta find Kelly first.
Can you say anything? Where's she?
called an ambulance, Kelly. You're gonna be okay.
Nobody deserves to die before their time, but it almost seems like this guy had it coming.
He tried to kill me once. Last minute he couldn't do it. Maybe because he knew he'd feel the way I do now.
How's that?
I've been watching my own death.
How is she? The ambulance is gonna be here in a minute. Where were you?
He was bound and gagged in the attic.
What's wrong with her?
Well, it looks like she overdosed on alcohol, but until we get her downtown, it'll be tough to tell. Thank God. Oh, sweetie. Oh, baby. I was worried about you. Where have you been?
Trying to get help for Kelly. I tried the phone, but it was dead, so I had to drive all the way to the hospital.
Okay, calm down. Quinn's dead.
I know.
Did you see it happen?
Great God Almighty. Oh, I must be dreaming. Castillo, I believe you're supposed to be under arrest. We'll ignore that for the moment while we find out what your charming wife is doing here. Eden, my dear, we've got so much to catch up on. But first, how about telling me about the dead body that's supposed to be here? Be sure not to leave anything out. I just did a preliminary on the murder victim. We really are talking identical, aren't we? Must have had a lot of fun when you were kids.
This man's brother is dead. Let's be human about it, okay?
Yeah, he's dead, and I didn't even know he existed until a few months ago. Your parents must have been very good at secrets.
You need to hear the story right now, Keith? I'll give you the story. His parents gave his brother up at birth. His brother was raised by Mr. and Mrs. Armitage, who named him Quinn. Quinn and his accomplice kidnapped Robert, held him locked up, while Quinn assumed Robert's identity to the point of eventually marrying Robert's fiancée, my sister-in-law, Kelly.
That old chestnut.
That's the way it happened. Could we possibly save the jokes?
There's.
It's some kind of drug. I don't know.
What?
Flame told me that Quinn had been drugging Kelly so that she would hallucinate and have some sort of an emotional breakdown.
Whoa, rewind just a tad, would you please? Did we mention somebody called Flame? And is this the name of an actual person?
Quinn's accomplice and girlfriend. When did you talk to her?
Earlier, Quinn had locked her in the cell in her place, and she said that it was Robert, but I don't know. I really don't know about anything.
Are you sure? You seem to be the only person that could have been in the room when that trigger was pulled. Did you see who did it?
Is she gonna be all right?
She's stable, but that's all I can tell you right now.
All right, I'm going with you. Hold it, fella. You don't just leave a murder investigation.
I'm not a suspect, and Kelly is my wife, and we're in the hospital whether you like it or not.
Do you have an alibi for the time of the murder?
I told you I was handcuffed up in the attic. I couldn't move. I couldn't scream. I couldn't do anything.
Yeah, same here. I was knocked out in the basement. Look, can we take care of this after we find out that Kelly's okay?
What? She your wife, too?
You go ahead. The rest of you are staying right here.
Eden, I'll call you the minute I know anything, all right?
If we don't answer, it's because we're on our way. Let's make this fast.
Maybe you start by telling me where you were at the time of the shooting.
Quinn was dead when I got here at 10 o'clock.
Any way of proving that?
Yeah, at 9:45, I commandeered a black and white from another officer because mine was stuck behind a fallen tree.
What was the officer's name?
It escapes me at the moment, but I'm sure someone will have filed a report to that effect come tomorrow morning.
Too bad we don't have a similar report on you, Mr. Hunt. I guess I'm just supposed to take your word for it that you were seeing stars on the basement floor.
Look, you want to take a look at this? You think I did it to myself?
Well, darling, that leaves you, doesn't it? Now that we don't stand to be interrupted, why don't we get your full version of tonight's events?
Just tell them what happened, darling, and we'll get the hell out of here.
What's this wee stuff? You are a wanted man, Castillo. You're an escaped prisoner.
How long you figure your arrest procedures will hold up in court, Keith? 15 seconds, maybe?
Why don't you do me a favor, okay? Let your wife talk. Aren't you interested as I am in finding out what happened here tonight?
Take your time, darling.
I had come from Flames, and Robert was here. He just arrived, and he and Quinn were downstairs, and Kelly was upstairs. And they were arguing, accusing each other of lying, and I didn't know what to think. I mean, Robert said something to me that convinced me that he was who he said he was. But then Kelly came off the elevator, and she had a gun.
Did she see both Quinn and Robert at the same time? Did she have any idea what was going on?
I'm asking the questions, Castillo.
Absolutely, Keith. Feel free to jump in anytime you think of one.
Go ahead, Eden. How did your sister react when she saw she suddenly had two husbands?
I don't think that she saw Quinn. He reacted off of the confusion, and he got away. We tried to talk to Kelly, but she wouldn't listen. She kept saying, "You're conspiring behind my back, that you really want to be together," and we weren't. And we finally got the gun away from her, but Quinn had gone, and I think he went in one of the secret passageways.
What secret passageway?
This place is full of them upstairs, downstairs.
Well, Robert saw him leave, so he went upstairs, and I stayed with Kelly. I mean, she was drugged, and she had been drinking, and I wanted to take her to the hospital, but she said no, and then we heard a noise.
A shot?
No, it was just a noise from the attic, and I assumed that Robert and Quinn were fighting. And I thought that they would kill each other. I can't believe what happened.
Sweetie, it's okay. You want to sit down for a second? We can stop this.
Save it for the love nest, Inspector. Let her finish her story. Go ahead, Eden. What happened after you heard the sounds of them fighting?
I went upstairs. I didn't want to leave Kelly. I didn't.
Is that when she passed out, Eden?
I don't know.
So, at some point, you must have carried her to the couch.
I carried her to the couch. But I knew that I couldn't carry her to the car.
Of course not. So you had no choice, really, but to leave her here.
Don't put words in her mouth. Let her talk. Eden, I'd like to know what happened to the gun after you took it from Kelly.
After I took it from Kelly, I put it on the desk. After I took it from Kelly.
The desk? That's funny. It's not here now.
Frank, can I talk to you a second?
Sure, Chris.
Yeah, do you have any estimate what time the shooting took place?
As far as I can tell, about 2 hours ago. Maybe a little less.
How close was the shooter?
That's hard to tell. 7, 8 feet, maybe more.
Was there any sign of a struggle?
Not so far. I'll know more later.
Okay, if we can rule out self-defense on the part of the killer, we'll have ourselves a pretty classic homicide here. Listen, do me a favor. Give me a call as soon as you finish the autopsy.
Sure.
Thanks. Well, I don't see why we can't go to the hospital now. Forensics isn't going to have anything for 2 or 3 hours at least.
Listen, can I hitch a ride with you?
You got it. Yeah. You should have my first progress report in the morning.
It better show some progress. Unbelievable. A juicy murder. Complete with Capwell's coming out of the woodwork. And Castillo working on my timetable. Thank you.
If they can't get through to your daddy by phone, they're going to send a squad car over to the house.
God, when I think of all she's been through.
Truly. Drugs in her tea. I mean, it's like something out of Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh, not just that. You know that portrait of Kelly in the living room? He rigged something up to make it look like it was changing into Eden.
What?
Well, I found 3 pictures in the basement. And 1 was of you, and 2 were like combinations of you and Kelly. I was going to tell the DA about it, but he didn't exactly inspire me to bare my soul. What is it with this clown, anyway?
Oh, he's your basic sadistic pig, and he has no scruples.
Yeah, well, at one point I thought he was going to try to pin the whole thing on Eden. Can you believe that?
That's just wishful thinking. Anytime he can harass the Capwells, or me as an extension of the Capwells, he's in pig heaven. Darling, try not to worry. I'm sure once we get to the hospital, they're going to tell us Kelly will be fine. And then we'll go on home, and we can talk this out.
Yeah, this has been one hell of a night. The man was murdered. I suppose I should feel bad about this, but you know, that guy was a monster. I'm sorry. I'm glad he bought it. He'll never be able to hurt Kelly again.
So that's good news, huh? Everything's going to be all right.
It's not all right. Everything's not all right.
What do you mean?
I needed to talk to you. And I couldn't. There were all these people around, and